So our story today is A Whale of a Tale by Dr. Seuss. All about porpoises, whales, and dolphins. You have A Whale of a Tale. What's the story today? Funny that you should ask. We're going to take on a whale of a task. To learn about whales and their smaller relations, porpoises and dolphins, the group called cetaceans. So please hang on tight as we lower down toward the boat that we soon will be sailing aboard. One very large boat, the best in the nation, Captain McElligot's cetacean station. Like monkeys and donkeys and dogs, cats and camels, whales, porpoises, and dolphins are all kinds of mammals. Cetaceans may look like fish in the sea, but cetaceans are closer to you and to me. They're warm-blooded like us, but with fins and no legs. They give birth to live babies and do not lay eggs. Fish breathe through gills, like that over there, but cetaceans have blowholes like noses and breathe air. You can see cetacean, here's the whale, and there's the fish. They have gills, so they breathe air through the gills. Fish also have eggs, and whales do not lay eggs. Land mammals have bodies, all covered with hair. Cetaceans have just a few spare hairs on theirs. Our hair keeps us warm, but their fat does the trick. Sometimes, like a mattress, it's 2 whole feet thick. That's like this thick. Another big difference between whales and fish. Thing 1 and thing 2 can explain if you wish. Fish flap their tails side to side when they go. But whales flap theirs upward and downward, like so. So fish go side to side, whales go up and down. Some cetaceans catch food with their teeth and their head. Others use something called baleen instead. So some of them have teeth and some of them have baleen, which is a filter. Baleen grows in rows and forms sort of a grill for surrounding the tiny sea critters called krill. But toothed or baleen cetaceans don't chew. They swallow whole food. That's all they do. So you have a toothed whales, or the spotted dolphin, and the orca. And then you have like a sperm whale. Some whales even swallow some things by mistake. A bucket, a boot, or a big rubber snake. Sometimes they don't even know what they're swallowing. Most cetaceans we know like to swim in a troop. A pod is the name that we give to this group. If danger is near, they will sound an alert to keep their young safe and help those who are hurt. See, they all swim around in a group, protecting themselves from the sharks. Because it is smallish, the porpoise is shy. It swims near the shore and does not leap high. Only Dall's porpoise swims out in the sea 30 miles an hour. This porpoise is speedy. We can all play a game, so let's make a start. Porpoise or dolphins, who can tell them apart? Porpoise teeth are flat. Dolphins are cones. Porpoise noses are shorter with delicate bones. Porpoise or dolphin, it's easy to spot. Dolphin noses are long, porpoises are not. Can you tell which ones are dolphins and porpoises? Remember between the long and the short snouts. And then the answers are actually right here. Of dolphins, there are about 35 types. Some dolphins have patches and others have stripes. These markings are really a very good way of hiding dolphins as they hunt their prey. The smallest is 5 feet long from its nose to its tail. The longest is orca, the killer whale. Bottlenose leaps forward as neat as you please. The dusky leaps backwards and does it with ease. The one we call spinner, Magellagate nose, spins round in the air like a top. The sky goes. And sometimes the spinner will come to a stop and peer out of the water. It's called a spy hop. The humpback is one very odd-looking mammal. Its back has a hump, like the land-living camel. The dolphin is a botto, and what would you think if I told you the botto has skin that is pink? The dolphin has a way of looking around by forming a picture that's made out of sound. It sends out a sound at a high, steady rate. The sound bouncing back makes its jawbone vibrate. Echolocation is the word that we call the underwater way that dolphins see all. So when it shoots out and it bounces back, that's called echolocation. Most dolphins could win Mommy of the Year. They care for their young and keep them quite near. When dolphins are born, a nurse dolphin is there to bring baby up, to breathe in its first air. And when mom goes to hunt, why, this thoughtful critter leaves baby behind with the babysitter. So just like you guys have babysitters, that's what the dolphins have as well. I bet you're thinking, hey, what about whales? The biggest comes last. Oh, that trick never fails. Whales, as a rule, like to stay on the move, as all of our studies can easily prove. In tropical seas, in the winter they breed. In the summer they swim toward the poles to feed. Some scientists tag whales with sensors or plates to study their habits, their lives, and their traits. The sperm whale can dive down 1 mile or 2. Its rich blood and muscles are up to the chore. A cave in its head, that's the size of a jeep, weighs down the whale's body and helps it sink deep. Look at that. It can fit a jeep. One day you might hear a big and loud splash. A whale has leapt up and come down with a crash. We call this act breaching, and no person, not one, knows why the whales do this, perhaps just for fun. The best breachers of all are all these whales, they say, humpback and sperm, right whale and gray. You can see the different types of whales. The ocean is loud with the sounds of whales talking. They're clicking and groaning and moaning and squawking. Why is it whales talk? To communicate who, what, why, and where, and if they'll be late. The humpback's sweet song won McGilligut's heart. It even showed up on the pop music chart. Dick and Sally all set? Oh, this will be a blast. Here comes the blue whale. The biggest comes last. The blue whale is big. And for what it is worth, it's the biggest thing living in sea or on earth. The blue whale is big, yes indeed, and what's more, bigger still than the biggest dinosaur. The story of the porpoise, the dolphin, and the whale, you have to admit, is a whale of a tale. Hope you've enjoyed this book. At the end, there's also a glossary and suggestions for future reading.